Hi everyone, and welcome to our video presentation of the Shape Calculator program. So this Shape Calculator program allows users to calculate various properties like area, perimeter, volume, diagonal length of different 2D and 3D shapes. It uses object-oriented programming concept to manage and extend functionality for various shapes. Let's walk through the code and understand how it works, focusing on the structures, classes, and methods. Now, let's go through the shape abstract, which will be followed by specific shape classes that Mr. Kell will discuss, and I will cover the enhancement part, and Mr. Lord will discuss the main class.
Hello everyone, my name is Phil Jacob, and I'm the next presenter of our group. The shape class is declared abstract, which means it cannot be initiated on its own. Abstract class shape is declared to abstract method getArea and getPerimeter, which must be implemented by any class that extends shape. Abstract double getArea, abstract double getPerimeter. And muna tayo sa next class, which is the shape of circle. The circle class extends the shape, meaning it inherits from the shape class. Class circle extends the shape. It has a private member variable radius to store the radius of the circle. Private double radius. The constructor for the circle class takes a double value for the radius and assign the member value public double radius. That radius equal radius. The getArea method is overridden to provide the specific implementation for calculating the area of circle, which is math.pi.radius. Similarly, the getPerimeter method is overridden to calculate the parameter or circumference of circle, which is math.2 times pi times radius. In this code, the shape class serves as a blueprint for all shape that will be a part of shape calculator and enforce the contract that all shapes must behave methods to calculate their area and perimeter. The circle class demonstrates how the methods are implemented for a circle. The use of math.pi ensures the calculations use the most accurate value of available in Java. Thus, the circle class encapsulates the properties and behavior of a class of a circle class, adhering the principles of object orientation programming by extending the shape class, and it inherits its abstract methods and provides concrete implementation from them. And mapunta tayo sa next class, which is the shape of hexagon. The hexagon class provides concrete implementation for the getArea and getPerimeter methods. Declare the shape abstract class. The area formula used here is specific to regular hexagon, where all sides are equal, and it's derived from the hexagon's geometry. The parameter is straightforward as it the sum of all sides of the hexagon. The hexagon class encapsulates the properties and behavior of a hexagon, adhering to the principle of object-oriented programming by extending the shape class. It provides a specific implementation for the abstract method defined in the superclass. The hexagon class extends the abstract shape class, meaning it inherits its structure. Class hexagon extend shape. It has a private member, a variable side to store the length of the hexagon sides. Private double. The constructor for the hexagon class takes a double value for the side. The assign it to member value public hexagon double side that double side this that side equals side. The method override to provide a specific implementation to calculating the area of hexagon, which is 3 times mat that square root 3 divide 2 times side times side. The get parameter methods is also overridden to calculate the parameter of the hexagon, which is simply 6 times the side length. Override public double get parameter return 6 times side. And next na tayo sa octagon. Shape of octagon. The octagon class extend the abstract shape class, meaning it's inherit the structure. Class octagon extend shape. Ito yun. It has a private member variable side to restore the length of the octagon side. Private double side. And next, the structure for the octagon class takes a double value for the side and assign to the member variable public octagon double side. This that side equals side. Then the get area method is overridden to provide a specific implementation for calculating the area of our octagon, which is ito, return 2 times 1 equals mat that square root 2 times side. Then the get parameter method is also override to calculate the parameter of the octagon, which is simply 8 times the side length. Override public double get parameter return 8 times side. And next is the parallelogram safe. The parallelogram class extend the abstract shape class, inheriting the structure class parallelogram extends shape private member variables to store the dimension of parallelogram. Private double base, private double height, and private double side length. The constructor for the parallelogram class that initializes the dimension public parallelogram double base, double height, and double side length. Override get area method to calculate the area of the parallelogram. The formula for the area of parallelogram is return base the height and override public double get area return base the times height override get parameter method to calculate the para, parameter parameter of parallelogram. The formula for the parameter perimeter of a parallelogram is return 2 times base plus side length. And next is the shape of pentagon. The pentagon class extend the abstract shape class inheriting the structure plus pentagon extend shape. Private member variable side, which is ito yon. To store the length of the pentagon side, private double side. Constructor for the pentagon class that initializes the side length, public pentagon double side, and this that side equal side. Override get area method to calculate the area of the pentagon. The formula for the area of a regular pentagon is mat that square root 5 times 5 equals 2 times mat that square root 5 and times side. The override perimeter methods to calculate the parameter pentagon. The formula from the parameter of a regular pentagon is 5 times side. Override public double get parameter returns 5 times side. And next is the last shape and the trapezoid shape. The trapezoid class extend the abstract shape class inheriting its structure plus trapezoid extend shape. Private member variables to store the dimension of trapezoid. Private double base 1, base 2, private double height, and private double side 1 and side 2. Constructor for the trapezoid class that initialize the dimension public trapezoid, and this that base 1 equals base 1, this that base 2 equals base 2, and this that height equals height, this that side 1 equals side 1, and lastly this that side 1 equals side 2. Override the get a area method to calculate the area of trapezoid. The formula of the area of trapezoid is base 1 plus base 2 times height. Times height and divide 2. Override public area. Override. Ito mag-override yan. Then return base 1, base 2, and times height. Then divide 2. Override to get parameter method to calculate the parameter of trapezoid. The formula for the perimeter of a trapezoid is the sum of all its sides. Override public double get parameter return base 1 plus base 2 plus side 1 and plus side 2. And that's all. And that's all my part. And I will call the next presenter. Lord Candaba to discuss the main of our classes.
Now let's go through the enhancement for volume calculations of three-dimensional shapes in the calculator, which is this um, equilateral types of triangles such as equilateral, isosceles, isosceles, and scalene. And I'm going to discuss the triangle. This triangle class is an abstract class that extends to the shape. It cannot be instantiated because it cannot be instantiated on its own and requires a concrete subclass to provide implementation for abstract methods. And we have these private member variables for the dimensions of the triangle. Constructor for the triangle, it initializes the dimensions of the whole triangle. And also we override this because we override then this from the sheet class to calculate the whole area of the triangle and also this to calculate the perimeter. We override this to calculate the perimeter of the triangle. And for the equilateral triangle, for the equilateral triangle class, this is a subclass for the triangle representing an equilateral triangle where all sides are representing all the of the equilateral is the where all sides of the triangles are equal. We have this constructor for the equilateral triangle class. It uses the super keyword or the function to call the constructor of the triangle superclass. And for the isosceles class is also a subclass of triangle representing an isosceles triangles where two sides, which is the are equal. And for the constructor for the isosceles triangle class, it also uses the super keyword or function to call out the constructor of the triangle superclass. And lastly, for the scalene class is also a subclass for the triangle representing also a scalene triangle where all the sides have different length. For the constructor for the scalene triangle class, it also uses the super class or super keyword or function to call out the constructor of the triangle superclass. And also we also have this private static double calculate height because it will we use this we use the formula of this is heron for heron In this in this in this code we've in this enhancement we've gone through each lines of code of triangle class and its subclasses such as equilateral, scalene, and isosceles. Each class has its own constructor that initializes the specific properties of the triangle it, it represents. The super keyword, which is this or function, it it uses it used in the constructors of the subclasses to invoke the constructor of the triangular supergraph, ensuring that the triangle's dimensions are set correctly. The calculate in the scalene, the calculate height method class is private static method, meaning it belongs only to the class rather than any instance of the class and cannot be accessed from the outside of the class. It also uses, as I said earlier, it uses Heron's formula to calculate the height of the triangle, which is necessary to calculate the array.
The class cube extends shape that implements three-dimensional shape. So for the private double side length, it declares a private instant variable called side length of type double. This variable will store the length of the side of the cube. So for the public cube double side length, and this that side length equals side length, it assigns the value passes the side length parameter to the side length variable of the current object. That this word is used to refer to the current object. So for the public cube, it defines a constructor for the cube class. It takes a parameter called sideLength, which is used to initialize the sideLength variable when a new cube object is created, like the cone and the sphere class, which is extends to the shape that implements three-dimensional shape. It is the same in many ways. And for the double get area, it implements a method called get area, which is in this line, and it returns a double value that calculates and returns the surface area of the cube based on the length of its side. So for the double get perimeter, like what I said in the double get area, it is declares a method which is the get perimeter, which is in this line, and it returns a double value that calculates and returns the perimeter of the cube, which is the total length of all its sides. So for the last line, for the 21 and 22 line, which is the public double get volume, it is it declares a method which is the get volume, like the get perimeter and get area, to declares a variable which is double, which this double get volume calculates and returns the volume of the cube, which is the amount of space it occupies. For the return side length times side length times side length, it calculates the volume of the cube by multiplying the length and one side by itself 3 times, since the volume of a cube is So next one is the class rectangle that extends two-dimensional shape. So private double length and private double width. So for the private double length, it declares the private instance variable that called length of type double. It will store the length of the rectangle. While the double width, it will store the double width. So for the rectangle double length and double width, it is defines a constructor for the rectangle class. It takes two parameters, the length and the width, which are used to initialize the respective instant variables when a new rectangle object is created. So for the this length and this width, it assigns the value class as the length and the width parameter to the length and width instant variables of the current object. So for the double get area, it declares a method which is the get area in this line, and it calculates and returns the area of the rectangle. So the return length times width, it calculates and returns the parameter of the rectangle using the formula, which is the length plus width. Then it adds the length and width of the rectangle and then multiplies the result by 2. So the double get perimeter, it calculates and returns the parameter of the rectangle using the formula 2, which I said earlier. And the double get diagonal, it is that line declares a method called the get diagonal, which calculates and returns the diagonal of the rectangle. So for this formula, return math that square root length times length plus width times width is, it calculates and returns the length of the diagonal of the rectangle using the Pythagorean theorem. It finds the square root of the sum of the squares of the length and width of the rectangle.
So let's proceed with the main class, which is the entry point of our program. The main class is responsible for interacting with the user, gathering input, and creating shape objects based on the user's choice. This program is designed to calculate various properties of 2D shapes and three-dimensional shapes. So let's proceed to the code and understand how it works. We started by creating this scanner equals new scanner system that in this scanner object we used to read the input from the user, and also we have this while loop that we have instance shape and continue calculation, and this boolean will control whole the main calculation of the loop. The main loop continues as long as the continue calculation is always true. And also we declare this shape variable to hold the shape chosen by the user. And also we have this while loop. This loop ensures that a valid shape is always selected. And also we prompt the user to choose a shape from the list, which is this choose a shape from the list, and so on. And also we have list down all the two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes available for the calculation. After that, it will read the user's choice and convert it to the lowercase for its consistency. We use the function to lowercase to handle the any cases. A switch statement is used to handle the different shape selection for for all the shapes. Where we instantiate the shape type for all the shapes, and we have the cases such as circle, rectangle, square, and so on. And for a circle, we ask for the radius, and after that it will read the radius and create new circle object. For triangle, we have an additional step to determine that different triangle type. The different triangle type is isosceles, scalene, and equilateral. And also we have statement if if the user chose yes, it will ask for the specific type of triangle, which I said earlier, and also based on the type, it will also create the appropriate triangle object, such as if the user decides to specify the type of triangle, we enter the another nested loop. If the user selected no, we proceed to it will proceed without specifying the triangle type, and then it will ask the base, height, and side of the triangle. After obtaining the necessary measurements, it will instantiate the triangle object. The pattern of input validation and object installation is repeated for all the shapes. For instance, when calculating this case pentagon, it we prompt the user for the length of the pentagon. A pentagon object is then created and provided a side length. This pattern is consistent across all the shapes, ensuring a robust and user-friendly experience. Moving on, three-dimensional moving on to the three-dimensional shapes such as sphere, and cone. Let's see how handles them. Now let's address the case of the cube. In our shape calculator program, we prompt the user to enter the side of the length of the cube. The side length is read from the user input. The cube object is then created using the side length provided by the user. A cube object is then created using the side length provided by the user. When sure to break when sure to break when sure to break out of the switch case structure once the cube has been processed. When sphere is selected, we prompt for the radius. The radius is read and used to instantiate a sphere object. For a cone, we need both the radius and the height. With these measurements, it will create a new cone object. If an invalid shape is entered, we inform the user and prompt it again. After selecting a shape and entering the required dimension, it will calculate and display the properties, which is the area and the perimeter. And for the three-dimensional shape, it also calculates and display the volume. And for the two-dimensional shape, it can calculate and display its diagonal. And lastly, it will give the user the option to continue or it will exit the whole program. If the user chooses not to continue, we paint them and exit the loop. So let's proceed with running this program. This program is designed to calculate, as I said earlier, this program is designed to calculate various properties of different two-dimensional and three-dimensional shapes. So let's proceed to the in running this code. So as I enter one shape here, like for example, circle, it will show the calculation of the circle. So let's proceed to the entering the radius of the circle. So the program will output the area and perimeter, which is the area of the calculated from the circle is 3,791 and perimeter 622. We rounded off these numbers so that hindi siya masyadong marami. Um, and also, you can see here the prompt, do you want to continue with the next shape calculation? If we enter yes, we will show this and we choose again the shapes that are listed below. So I'll try the triangle and it will also the output this prompt. Do you want to calculate the triangle? If you type yes, it will output the triangle type. If we inputted anything that is not triangle type, this will be the output, which is the invalid triangle type, and it will show again this prompt. Do you want to calculate the triangle type? If you type yes, it will show again this triangle type, uh, equilateral. It will show again the calculation for the equilateral triangle, which is the side. Let's try it see. And it is the output, the area and perimeter of the the type of the triangle which is the equilateral. And it's type, and we proceed again. In 3D shapes, let's try it in 3D shapes, which is the cube, and this is the calculation for the cube shape. It will show this is the output for the cube, which the area is this, perimeter is this, and we added for the enhancement, which is this, the volume for that volume calculation for the cube. If you don't want to you don't want to proceed to another code, you just type no, and it will output this uh, prompt to exit the whole program. And that's all easy.